What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for episode 2 of our Madden 22 Philadelphia Eagles franchise rebuild. Very excited to give you a little bit of a doubleheader because late last night, took forever for YouTube to process that video. The debut episode, the intro episode for our Eagles franchise dropped, and I said in that video if we reached 1,000 likes, I would drop episode 2 here today. That's where I left it. I'm not an overly anxious person. I did not want to check out anything from the follow of that video. I didn't want to check the comments, didn't want to check the likes, didn't want to check the views, didn't want to check the reception on social media. I was nervous. I was very nervous. Let's be honest. Realistic Rebuilds, actually, right now, my channel is doing better than it probably has for since the first week of Madden 22 launch with the Realistic Rebuilds, and now we're doing this series. But I was just like, in my mind, I was like, it can't be another dud, man. I am going to be so unmotivated, disinterested if this series was going to be another dud, at least from the first episode, and the response has been very, very, very good. We crushed the likes goal. We're at like 1,300. It's been maybe 12 hours since that video went up. So that I absolutely can't thank you guys enough for showing the support on the series. It does, especially, Madden 21, Madden 22. It hasn't been the easiest being a content creator in this realm. And the feedback was absolutely awesome. About 85% of the people were down with the Philadelphia Eagles as their team. And really, the people that weren't down with the Eagles, it's like, okay, well, the alternate team, like, oh, you should have done this team. Like, it didn't fit the parameters of what I was going to do for a franchise. I refused, because I was late to the party, to pick a franchise that was already being done by any other YouTuber, big or small. If they already had an established series, I did not want to step on any toes. We need to look out for each other because it's not just a me issue. Madden YouTubers have been struggling really the last 2 years, and if anybody's already found their niche for their Madden 22 franchise, I did not want to overlap that at all. So I'm very happy to be doing the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm very happy that you guys absolutely crushed that likes goal. And I will say this, and I'm not going to keep doing this to pander for likes, but I have like a schedule, an upload schedule of videos I want to work on. Tomorrow's video is a little flexible. So if this video can also reach 1,000 likes, we will have episode 3 of the Philadelphia Eagles main channel franchise, and then on Friday we'll have a brand new realistic rebuild. Other than that, I mean, the only other comment, okay, people are like, C4, there's no way you're like, I can have the occasional strong game, all right? Everyone's like, there's no way he's on all Madden. Had the Jalen Reagor touchdown. I was like, a broken clock can be right twice a day. That's kind of how I would equate my Madden skills. But what I am going to do, we do have another not very easy, but winnable matchup here against the Detroit Lions in today. But I am going to bump up the sliders just a little bit. I'm going to give them +5 for QB accuracy, +5 for wide receiver catching. I'm going to bump that pass defense reaction time up to 50, the pass coverage up to 50, the interceptions up to 15, and the tackling up to 50. That was actually what I noticed was the worst. I could just run the ball up and down the throat of the Vegas Raiders in our debut game. I'm going to see if maybe that can skew it, man. Honestly, like, I want it to be hard. Do you generally think I want to win every game? 42-24, that is not the point in the series. I want it to be a rebuild. I do not necessarily, I'll be happy, I guess, if I can actually kind of put it all together in my head, like a, I don't know, like a Kurt Warner, just couldn't figure out Madden and now suddenly all put it together. But, I don't want to win every game. I don't want it, but I also don't want to try to lose every game as well. That would get frustrating. But after the 42-24 performance, I do think it is at least worth exploring, tweaking the sliders just a little bit to see if in this Week 8 game against still not a great team in the Detroit Lions, where we're at for gameplay sliders, because I do want an enjoyable gameplay experience for you guys that are watching. In today's episode, with the 0-7 Detroit Lions, it's going to be a perfect kind of marker there for the sliders, everything. We get noticed that the Cowboys have signed probably the only guy I personally really like on the Philadelphia Eagles practice squad right now. Linebacker Jacoby Stevens has gone to the Cowboys, which is kind of frustrating. And we're gonna talk about practice squad in just a second, because there are some practice squad moves I do want to try to make right now. Week 8, we're at roughly, what is this? The trade deadline is week 8, week 9, somewhere in that territory. If we are gonna make a move, it would be right now. We do have trade offers coming in. We threw up Andre Dillard, left tackle, on the trade block, former first-round pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Colts are the only team right now that is kind of interested. A 4th and a 7th for a former first. That's solid. I don't really think that's what we're looking for here. Knowing that the Colts are interested kind of piques my interest a little bit. Maybe there's a trade that can be made there. And I think at this point, and especially for this series where I don't plan on getting too trade happy, but you absolutely want to make trades here or there, I want you guys to let me know. We'll take a little preview here. Knowing that the Colts are interested in Andre Dillard, is there actually a trade that can be had looking at their roster? Because I'm not taking a 4th and a 7th. I think in real life, that would be the absolute floor that I think the Philadelphia Eagles would accept for Andre Dillard. So I don't want to hold this franchise series to any lower of a standard than what Howie Roseman would do. So maybe we explore other options involving a trade with the Colts for Andre Dillard. Looking at the Colts roster, realistic trades that I think, in terms of players that could be on the block for the Colts, I got Paris Campbell at wide receiver, but I'm pretty good with our wide receiver room right now. I mean, height, weight, speed, standpoint, 74 normal, still young, 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 89 jumping, 84 catching. Outstanding skill set for Madden. Kind of like Jalen Reagor a little bit, where in real life, hasn't really lived up to his draft billing. At least he wasn't a first-round pick. But we could do a little bit of damage there. We have Kamoko Toure, the defensive end. They have drafted, Kwity Paye to be his successor. We just had the injury. Is he a guy that we can kind of build around long-term? And then you look at maybe so much not players that are realistically on the trade block that I think we could potentially try to obtain. We need help at linebacker badly. I don't think it'd be too difficult to figure out some sort of trade package where we could send Andre Dillard and some form of draft pick. I don't know what value, what round I would throw. I would say, especially because we have those 3 first, we could be a little liberal with our picks. I think we could probably send Dillard in a 3rd to see if that could potentially spring Bobby Okereke from them. He's a 77 star dev, 25 years old. Great linebacker, would absolutely be linebacker 1 for us. But again, going in that direction absolutely could be a no-no. People are like, no, I don't want to see that trade in the Eagles franchise. I do not want you, doing things that are, I'm not going to say that's unrealistic, especially given the needs there for the Colts to protect Carson Wentz. You kind of can compensate a little bit more at that linebacker spot because you have Darius Leonard, and then you could be a little bit more, moving your assets around to maximize the strength on both sides of the ball, take a little bit away from the linebackers to much improve the offensive line for a injury-prone quarterback in Carson Wentz. So I'm not going to sim past this week in case this is the deadline. I'm going to be looking for feedback in the comment section below about what a potential trade could be for Andre Dillard. Or, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you guys want to kind of do a little bit of legwork here, we can also just see teams generally that are giving us green on the old Andre Dillard. The Chicago Bears are interested in Andre Dillard. The Bengals are interested in Andre Dillard. The Bills are interested. Like, most of the teams here would jump on Andre Dillard. Now, I'm not going to go through every single scenario, but there are absolutely, if someone can think of something, C4, I know you should get this guy from the Bears. Let me know. I will say right now, before we leave the trade subject for Andre Dillard, I will kind of look quickly through all these teams that are giving him green and see what teams have a safety and or linebacker that could be maybe a little bit more realistic than trading for Bobby Okereke. Or maybe if you're not worried about the realism with the Okereke, we want to give up a pick, because there's no way in hell that we're going to swip Dillard for Okereke straight up. We're going to have to throw in 2nd, 3rd round picks somewhere in that territory, and maybe that might be a little too much. All right, the first other potential trade, I have Akeem Davis-Gaither here of the Cincinnati Bengals, 72 normal dev linebacker. Not really flashy, but I do think we could easily make this trade. He's currently right outside linebacker 2 on Cincinnati. Good scheme fit, good sideline to sideline ability. Maybe not as big of an upgrade as we would like to see. I think we can look at Miami potentially here with the selection of Jalen Phillips in the 1st round. Maybe something like Van Ginkel could potentially be up for grabs. He's had a couple moments here on the channel. And when you look at him, speed rusher, not a perfect, but run stuffer. He's really just a well-rounded linebacker, and he does have a dev trait, 76. I think, obviously, from a coverage standpoint, that'd be an area 59. A little bit low. You'd like that to be at least in the mid-60s. But I think everything else around it, we could develop him a little bit from his pass coverage. Anytime we get a skill point, we pump it in to the pass coverage. And he's not that much of a not scheme fit. Or we can just, honestly, we have Gennard Avery, left outside linebacker. We could just slide him over there. So that's all I was able to kind of come up with, just poking around other teams' rosters, looking who was really interested in Andre Dillard. If there's something I missed, if you can come up with, you guys watching right now, one of you guys can come up with the best trade that I could potentially make for Andre Dillard I didn't showcase there, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll put you in the next video. 100% I'll put you in the next video. But if you really do want to see me pursue Okereke, want to see me pursue Van Ginkel, Davis Gaither, or anybody in between. Again, trying to focus more so linebackers and safeties. Those are the two spots I'd like to get a young player. And it is tough to get linemen. I do think Dillard at 72 is going to be more valuable than, say, a 75, 76, similar age safety and or linebacker, just because left tackles do not grow on trees. So very interested to see what you guys think on this trade, and we will start for sure the next episode, episode 3, especially if we hit those like goals, talking about where we're moving Andre Dillard. For our stat points, we're up to 12 after the Raiders victory, but again, I think I'm just going to save it until we can hit 20 to just purchase this hometown discount, because knowing the state of the Philadelphia Eagles salary cap, that 5% discount is going to matter, and being able to get that up to 85, 90 overall players, we're going to need that help. So we're just going to kind of chill on the stat points here today. Really, the last thing to kind of discuss from Week 7 is we have a weekly award winner. I'm going to guess it's probably Miles Sanders, because he was simply outstanding, and it is 196 yards, 3 touchdowns for Miles Sanders. Look at across the board. Man, big game from Jonathan Taylor. 116 yards, 3 total touchdowns. Julian Love for the Giants had 4 interceptions. Von Miller went off, absolutely feasted for the Broncos. Okay. I'll tell you right now, I saw this from when I came in. Colin Kaepernick playing over Trevor Lawrence. So I went through. Trust me, we're not going to be seeing any more Colin Kaepernick crushing franchise immersion. He has been nerfed. And Trevor Lawrence is back being the starter there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we now have in Week 8, and we haven't had anything to do with scouting yet. The brand new scouting update. The reason why we had to wait and postpone franchise. This is the first week that we can kind of take a little look here. We have choose national focus for our scout there. I mean, it has been QB. Like I think it should be, honestly, given the state of Jalen Hurts. Even though we're gonna give him a fair chance, he's an expert in the quarterback spot. There's 7 first-round quarterbacks. We absolutely have to be sure that we hit the right quarterback if there is one. So that is why, especially with 3 first-round picks, we are going to remain incredibly and entirely focused this year on making sure we get that quarterback position right. Let's handle a little bit here of the scouting. Now that we've kind of established that we want our main national scout to focus on the quarterbacks, let's kind of meet the quarterbacks that are in that first round discussion, get an idea of their ranges. Right now, they're only 50% scouted, which is pretty good. My goal is definitely to scout 100% for these first round QBs so that we can, wherever our top picks fall, we make sure we're making a confident selection if we do decide to move on from Jalen Hurts or bring in competition for Jalen Hurts at that QB spot. So first up, we're taking a look at here. Davis Sweet from Arizona, 6'6", 245, gigantic. Key ratings there, B across the board. Not exactly what you want to see. Looking at the physicals, really, obviously there's a range there, but throw power is probably going to be the most important, even though my play style definitely comes to I have a Jalen Hurts when I get on the sticks. I like to bail from a clean pocket. I do like throwing the run, but at least from trying to get a good QB player, I think throw power for this physical is what you want to look, and you definitely want to see someone that has at least the ceiling right now of elite. Some guys might not have that. So Davis Sweet, okay, interesting for a first rounder. Braxton McKee from Utah, we got here a mid-accuracy, good to know. Looking at the physicals, does not have an elite ceiling for his throw power. He does look like a fantastic athlete. Looks like the scrambler of the bunch, but knowing that, it's just probably going to be another Jalen Hurts. Not necessarily the area we want to go back to. We have Cam McLean from Texas, 6 feet, 230. We got A, throw mid-accuracy, B, short, C, throw under pressure. So he's a QB that gets flustered. Looking at his physicals, also does not have a ceiling of elite throw power. So that kind of hurts him just a little bit. Randy Gray from Michigan, top 5 projected quarterback right now. Don't have any of his key ratings scouted, but again, hopefully because we did, delegate the national scout to the QBs, we will get all that information sooner than later. Again, another guy does not have a ceiling right now of elite throw power, and I think that's going to be very important for us right here. And I don't know if these can change as we scout more. We definitely will have to double check it, but looks kind of just like, an okay, well-rounded QB. We have Brian Evers from Penn State, another top 5 quarterback here. Don't have any of his key ratings, 6'3", almost 230 pounds, 22 years old. Physicals, again, doesn't have a ceiling of an elite throw power. Looks kind of like the last QB. This just well-rounded to a certain degree. And then the top 2 QBs, we have Owen Hauser from Colorado, 6'4", 230, 22 years old, mid-accuracy, B, short. I want it to be a little bit higher than that. Does have a ceiling of elite throw power. Looks like a solid athlete for, being a prototypical build there, 6'4", 230. And the number 1 overall player, I think the number 1 overall QB, Tyson Atkinson. Fantastic first name, by the way, from Oregon. 6'2", 230. He is 23. An older player. Something to kind of keep an eye on there. He does have A, throw under pressure, A, deep accuracy. You look at the physicals, has a ceiling of elite throw power. This guy, yeah, he looks like an absolute baller. I don't know if we will be in range to potentially select him. I don't know if we're going to be in a scenario that if we 100% scout him, he's going to look like, we should for sure trade up because we do have 3 first-round picks. Mock drafts. The first mock draft has been released, and here's kind of what we're looking at. Atkinson is projected to go to our opponent this week, the Detroit Lions, there, first overall. We are currently projected to get Randy Gray, quarterback from Michigan, and he was kind of, just like a jack of all trades, master of none type quarterback. Don't know how much I love that selection. A little bit lower down, we have Max Higgins, wide receiver from Georgia. Don't have any of his key ratings. Is, according to Madden anyways, a top fit, 6'2", 207. I don't think there's a chance in hell I'm going to be grabbing a wide receiver in the front. Not a chance in hell. This guy's a beast, maybe. Got a ceiling of elite speed, which is pretty good. Looks like a good athlete. But, I think we have a lot bigger needs than wide receiver. And then we also have a defensive end, Seth McCord from Clemson, 6'4", 260. What do we got here? A tackle, C block shed, so he's going to be more of a pass rusher, not great against the run. Top fits, we are a top fit. Ceilings, he has elite speed, elite jumping, elite agility, elite acceleration. Okay, I'm interested. Interest has been piqued. I like that selection, that mock pick a lot more than the wide receiver, but obviously this is going to change, and I still just think to kind of put a cap on scouting, we need to get as much information as possible on all those first-round QBs so we know what we have with Jalen Hurts at the end of the year, and we know what we have in terms of the draft. Because we talked a lot about the draft and all that stuff, I'm not going to worry about negotiations till next week. So let's just focus on our opponent here, the 0-7 Detroit Lions. There's no other way about it. This needs to be a win. The Detroit Lions they got Jared Goff, right? They're a team that, really, you look at it, forced Jared Goff to making mistakes. He's a football robot, doesn't have McVay anymore. They got DeAndre Swift, who's nice. They have a couple playmakers on defense, but ultimately this is going to be probably the last game all season that the Philadelphia Eagles, controlling the Eagles, are going to be favored to win. I would argue Week 7 against the Raiders is a winnable matchup, even though the Raiders are playing pretty good this year in real life. But this has got to be a win. There is a silver lining if we lose. Lions currently projected to have that number 1 pick, so it helps push us up the draft board there just a little bit. Maybe not so much for the Eagles pick, but potentially for the Colts and or Dolphins selection. But 0-7 Lions, we absolutely got to bring the ruckus here today. That's how I kind of want to game plan them. I'm not so much worried about Jared Goff, even though what their things kind of dictate there. I really want to stop the run. Why is Jamal Williams the running back? Shouldn't it be DeAndre Swift? I'm not worried about the QB scramble. I'm not worried about Goff kind of... You know what? If Swift isn't playing, I think defending the short pass should kind of be what we're looking at there. It is easily the strength of their team. So we're going to defend the short pass. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm not overly worried. I think we just impose our will either way. Run inside wasn't... you look at where they're bad at here. It's the deep ball and running to the outside. So actually, I'm going to run to the outside, try to build upon the outstanding Week 1, or well, not Week 1, but at least Game 1 that Miles Sanders had on the channel. And I didn't see too many people disagree with having Devontae, Quez, and Jordan Mailata as our focus players. So let's start the training. Hopefully no injuries arise, but I feel like that is going to be a pretty good game plan to going into Detroit and coming out with a victory and not giving them their first victory of the season. So we have some fatigue there. That's something I'm going to have to manage. I haven't had that mechanic on yet in the rebuild and stuff. Haven't had to deal with it. I'm sure there's going to be some nonsense that comes up, but that's exactly the kind of nonsense that we're looking for the realism. But hopefully our team stays healthy. We have a couple upgrades here. We have Boston Scott, the giant killer. Got himself an upgrade. Let's give him a little bit here of elusive back. Got some more agility to his game. We have Ryan Kerrigan, who has been pretty, not fantastic for the Eagles so far this season. He's still a veteran. Bump him up to a 75. Need him to step up a little bit. Because we had the injury to Josh Sweat, I still think, for me, going Milton Williams on the defensive line is going to be the direction that I want to go there. Just for now, get the young players out there. Let's make sure that kind of sets up on the depth chart as well. Milton Williams is kind of a hybrid. I think Philadelphia wants to utilize him, to relate him to another former Philadelphia Eagle. Kind of like how they used... Oh, what was his name? Why can't I even remember it? They were the brothers. Dinosaur guy. He loves dinosaurs. Wow, that's gonna drive me nuts that I can't remember his name. But he was like 280, 275, somewhere in that range. Played D tackle, played a little bit of defensive end, did a little bit of everything. That's gonna drive me insane that I can't remember his name. And it's Michael Bennett. Got it on the board. But I feel like we can kind of use him like that. So a little bit more upside. I'd rather get him on the field right now, just ahead of Kerrigan for the time being. But there's gonna be plenty of rotation because we need to make Jared Goff's life a living hell. So without further ado, let's get into this Week 8 matchup against the Detroit Lions.
All right, let's get this chip.
This that Philly devil, pulling up and I don't need a rental. Quick pitch to the outside, it's a house call C4 special. Take a check and we run it up. Got Quez heading up the sideline when it's do or die. We run it up, ain't trying to flex, but it's high time that the eagle fly. Face of my city for Philly, we reppin'. It's all about green when we steppin'. I made up my mind at the day that I die, but they really gon' call me a legend. You know that it's now, the time is upon us. The chip on my shoulder is halfway to heaven. They Xing us out for years, but tell them all hell. I turn the X to a weapon. This that free bird life, this that fly, eagle fly. We might tear it down and build it back just to show us by design. Hey, this that free bird life, we ain't go without a fight. So go tell dad it's watching the NY, better watch they back cause I'm that Philly devil, pulling up and I don't need a rental. Quick pitch to the out.
That's not a bad stat line for Jalen Hurts. Kick this one out. 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,800 yards, top 5 in passing yards right now. I mean, he's in line for a depth trade. He continues this pace for the remainder of the season. Let's start with a run. Raiders wanted nothing to do with our run game. Assume that the Lions are going to be kind of the same. I would argue very similar defensive fronts. Not a fan of going back-to-back runs. Again, living vicariously through Madden just because Philly's not running Miles Sanders at all. Tried to get a juke there. Didn't come off, unfortunately. Let's set this up with a 3rd down and manageable. Let's go halfback angle. 3rd and 7. Rager, Quez Watkins in the slot. We got Dallas Goedert, Kenny G out the backfield. Do think either one of Rager or Quez Watkins is going to be our target here. I don't know if that was a drop or not. Not an accurate throw. I really... Rager should have came down with that, man. Here comes the football robot. Meep, more, meep. What do I do? Yes, it hasn't been that bad either, to be honest with you. For what I've seen from the Lions games that I have watched in real life, I mean, he hasn't been good, but he hasn't been like a liability. Which I hope he is here today. Yeah, Kerrigan out there. Again, it's going to be a rotation between Kerrigan and Milton Williams, but I think we start this off the same way we started off the last week, and that's with Fletcher Cox on the D-line. We got a forced fumble very early against Derek Carr. Would love to rattle Jared Goff the same way. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a pass breakup by Darius Slay on TJ Hawkinson. 3rd and long coming up. Let's go Fletch. Let's go Fletch. I think we got to return this, Jalen. Go. Oh, hit the dead leg that he hit last week on probably the greatest touchdown I've ever scored. Get about midfield. Let's go slants. Coach wants slants, I'll run slants. Devontae Smith, Jalen Rager. We've got, I'll tell you right now, Togi I is going to just pass pro on the end of that line. He's not going to offer a lot as a receiver. Jalen.
That's terrible.
There's another sack, though. Great pressure. It's Eric Wilson. Let's go. First big play he's made in Eagles uniform. Oh, bringing the heat. Another hit. I think that was Singleton this time. Let's bail out the offense. Bail out the I mean, I don't even think they're in field goal range here. 3rd and 21. It's time for Fletcher Cox to go off. Does get double teamed there a little bit. Wins his battle. It's thrown in the turf. 0-3 for Goff. It's not great football here offensively in this game. 3rd and 5. Looking for something, man. I don't know who that is. Is that Togi I? Hell yeah! Hell yeah, it is. Kenny Gainwell in the backfield. What can he do? Doesn't get blocked up at the second level again. Linebacker just headhunting. Okay, can we hit on this slants? Please. They don't have a win yet. Like, what? I don't think I've ever got sacked on slants in my life, and we got back-to-back. Come on, Mailata. 3rd and 19. Jesus. Love. Getting destroyed. We got to make some sort of adjustment right now. Mailata is getting absolutely decimated. I have no time in the pocket. Jesus, man. Lions defense came to play. What is this? Mailata just misses him. All wide open. And we can't make the tackle. Breaks the tackle. Okay. There we go. Darius Slay against his former team. You know you want to try to give him a pick. That was a bad pass from Goff. Ends up going down as a PBU. 3rd and 8 on the 50. Again, just my apologies for the disgusting... Hopefully you like defensive gameplay is all I can say. 3rd and 8. Fletcher Cox blows the play up, gets home. Singleton doesn't even attempt to pick that ball off. It's another punt. Okay, so slants aren't working. General runs aren't working. Screen? This is like throwing the kitchen sink. Last play. No blocking out in front for Kenny Gainwell. Jesus, man. This feels like I'm watching the actual Eagles play here. 2nd and 9. Go quick pass, got it. Why is it lofted? Let's throw a little bit of heat on that one, Mr. Hurts, but a completion nonetheless up to the 38. You want to attack these corners. I just haven't had time to let the play develop. And Hurts doesn't have the arm to lead these receivers downfield. I'm going to tell you right now, I will be shocked if by the time Goddard makes that little bit of cut there, if we'll be sacked. Our ass will be on the ground here. Maybe not. Let's go. Give a little credit where credit is due. Slide, Mr. Jalen Hurts. And we are fringe field goal range. Gain of 23. Coach wants slants. Let's give it to him. Okay, well, clearly his feet were in bounds, but that's tough. Wait, I gotta challenge that? The replay official controls reviews in this situation. In what situation? Yeah, I guess you get... Fuck! Okay, no more slants. Slants plays have been sack, fumble, and now just a terrible All right, I'm putting the sliders back next game. Here we go. Javon Hargrave. That's right now our whole team. Our whole team, offense, defense, and special teams, is being held in this game by getting sacks on defense. Right there in his face. He throws the check down. There's no way he gets that first down. And luckily enough, Goff is almost as bad as Jalen Hurts, and we hold him to a field goal. Given how this game's got to be, worth to see if he makes this. I would not be shocked if this is going to be a game there's like 0 points scored, and we probably could have dived at that. All right, first points go to Detroit. Seibert, the kicker out of Oklahoma, makes it. Kenny G's in. But why does it literally feel like this game plan is being actually coached by Sirianni? What? No one. I'm audible out of slants. Can't do it. Let's go RPO bubble. And it worked. Actually, handing out the RPOs to Miles Sanders works, Jalen. If you're watching this. We got 3rd and 1. And we don't have a running back out there. Don't know about that one. We do have a running back out there. His name is Jalen Hurts. 2nd and 9. I don't think Quez Watkins or Devontae Smith don't have targets yet. See if we can change that. They're just... Look, no one's open. No one is open. We're just going to scramble it with Jalen Hurts again. Didn't know there's a lot of lockdown corners here on the Detroit Lions. 3rd and 1. Let's keep the drive alive. We are in field goal range, so that's, worst case scenario. Huge stiff arm from Miles Sanders on Levi Onwuzurike. Moves the chains. Look at that. 9 rushes, 19 yards. We had 190 yards on 9 rushes last week. Come on, man. We're not... if we have a pocket long enough that Hurts can get the ball out, bring it in. 3rd and 6. Can we get quickly to Goddard? He's not dropping it. Probably the most reliable set of hands out there, along with Devontae. First down, 2-minute warning. Oh, you already know this is going to be a pick. You already know. I'm going to do something stupid with this. But hopefully not. Oh, it's Quez. Just reach it out, buddy. You had the touchdown. Quez Watkins. Oh, I love you so much. I got to get a Quez Watkins. Like right now, I do need a new Eagles jersey, and I'm leaning it's between Jason Kelce and Quez Watkins. 1st and goal. Miles Sanders walks in untouched. On fire. Maybe, slow start this game. Yardage not there, but over the last 2 weeks, probably the hottest running back in the NFL. Let's go. Another good throw. Man, he's throwing darts. Let's go, Fletch. Oh, there's the pressure. Singleton comes there. And it's just too much. He's football robot. He does not know to handle pressure. We watched the Super Bowl with the Rams and Patriots, and that's how we modeled our defensive game plan. All right, for offensive focus, I would like to get throw in medium. I'd like to get a little offense going here, and then defensively, I think I don't really know, honestly. I'd say short pass, short run, somewhere in that range. They do get the ball to start the second half. Hopefully, our defense can stay hot. What are you saying, Derek Barnett? Nothing. Let's bring a little pressure from the linebackers. I am a little worried about committing. So you know what? I'm gonna use your Wilson here. I'm gonna make sure they don't go Hawkinson. At least try my best to make sure they don't go Hawkinson. It's just a check down. Okay. You can see why Dan Campbell's frustrated with Jared Goff. I mean, our game plan was outside runs. Right now, it feels like it's getting blocked up well on the edge. It's the inside. The guards are kind of shit in the bed here a little bit. Not really a lot of opportunities to make the first guy miss either for Miles Sanders. Going down on initial contact. Kudos to the Lions. They're tackling very well. 2nd and 6. Bail of the pocket. We had B. But we're going to do what Jalen Hurts does best. That's bail of the pocket, just running himself. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the cut we've been looking for. Finally comes off from Miles Sanders. Reading the middle linebacker. Let's just feed it inside, get the first down. It looks like a very high percentage completion here to Jalen Reagor. Give him a chance to make a play. Or it's actually Togiai, the backup tight end, just signed out the practice squad. And he wants that full-time big boy salary. It's been impressive. Nothing too crazy. And I say go to the air. It's also very easy to switch to our just keep with Jalen Hurts and try to scramble here. But we do got Dallas Goedert gets the separation. The most reliable set of hands on this squad. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts breaks even from his earlier interception to get that tutty. Confidence coming back here on offense. We're feeling good. You kidding me? No way. No way. No way. Who is this guy? No way. That's... No way. This Raymond does not moss Darius Slay. I simply refuse to believe that. What, he got speed? Okay, let's see what we got here. The Goff gets absolutely popped as he throws that. No. No way. Going for 2. Don't think so. Get there. Thank you, Derek Barnett. Go. Go. What is this? This game is completely open, wide open. There. Oh, let's go, Miles. I'm not going to taunt. Because that last play was so garbage, but we get one back. Madden was like, all right, All right, Darius Slay's not getting beat by probably some 68 overall guy. They got it. So here you go. Finally, after averaging like 2.2 yards a carry, he's gone. Home run hitter. Booby Sanders has done that time and time again in his career at Philadelphia. Look at that rushing distance. Well over 75 total yards. He's dangerous. Are we absolutely now on defense? I need Darius Slay to get a pick to make up for that last play. That was garbage. Oh, no. Stop biting. You know, we need Fletcher Cox here. Let's go, Fletch. Ruin this play. That's what he does. Ruin this play. You should have got there on the sack. Why did he do some little stanky leg? Ah! He sure can. He sure can. He can do that and a whole lot more. Quez Watkins crossed the 50 to Lions territory. Let's go, Miles. Let's go, Miles. That's a dangerous tackle. Excellent, excellent juke. Miles Sanders is on fire. All right, infield goal range, no turnovers. Jalen Reagor is our read here. Quez Watkins could also make a play. We'll give him a chance. Very, very lucky that was not picked off. I can't see anything, but I know it's in a dome. Jake Elliott, very expensive kicker. That looks dead on. Who's the guy with the luscious locks holding? That better not be Minshew. That's very unrealistic. When does Minshew have that long of hair? Since he's, got traded from Florida, he just let it grow out. He looks like a 90s wrestler. But that's a great field goal there from Elliott. Let's go. 3rd and 4. Let's see what Jonah Jackson has for Fletcher Cox here. Let's actually tackle it. Sewell does a great job. Terrible first missed tackle. What else is new? But Anthony Harris brings him down and limits the gain by whoever that is. Megatron reincarnated Khalif Raymond. Let's go, man. Trust our guys in the back. I mean, again, I want them to test Darius Slay again. I want him to feel confident. It's Darius Slay. You know he wants to make a big play against his former team. And then just confusion in the secondary. Oh, that's a good one. 2nd and 6 on the 10. That's where our defense needs to get a little pressure. Throw a screen. You know what? It's in the theme song. C4 special. I admit, if you execute a C4 special like that, you're not going to find me a play. That was as good of a toss play as I've ever seen. But they got to get the 2-pointer here. Got to use Wilson. Make sure the easy pass isn't there. Just going to run it. Soft box. That's what happens. Okay, tie ball game. Against the 0-7 Lions. There we go. Linebacker jumps on an absolute massive hit. Go Kenny G. Oh, they bite up. Go, 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 go. Oh, that's a hell of a run. Kenny Gainwell, the 1-2 punch that I want to build this team around. Sanders and Gainwell at that running back spot. Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert at receiver. All these guys making plays today. Except Devontae, but he's decoying, right? 1st and goal won't be the worst thing if they stop us here. We can kind of work the clock a little bit. Make them burn their timeouts. If they don't want to, less time for Jared Goff. Well, less time for, what's that guy? Khalif Raymond. To absolutely burn us. See if we can go behind Malata here. Works out well. Great blocking. Now, at least, I thought our run defense was bad in the red zone. At least Detroit's like, hey, we're right there with you. They underthrew it. And they almost would have caught out the deflection, and I would have just destroyed my controller. But luckily, Steven Nelson Island does enough there. Kill this game off Mr. Jalen Hurts. Come on, man. I threw a Kenny G to try to give him a couple touches to end the game. No. Should just need. Can we get a safety? If this costs me the game, I'm going to be very mad. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Benson, who is that? Got no timeouts. Hopefully that works enough against them. Just play soft. Don't get beat over top. Let's let our front get some pressure here. There's no way. There's no way we don't win this game. 3rd and 7. Man, like, oh, now's the time you start stonewalling. My pass rush. I don't do prevents. Prevents for cowards. I'm going to run the exact same play. We'll go cover 6 or cover 3, either way. Not overly worried about it. There we go. Derek Barnett. DB. Mr. Personal Foul himself. Ring around the rosy. Game's over. That's what we get for hot dogging at the end there. Hands up. Made a mistake last time. Victory formation. 2-0 since we started the series. We were not losing to Detroit. Let's go, man. Huge win. Definitely harder. I'll say that. I was shocked. I would have thought for sure the Raiders would have been harder than the Lions. 31-24. Jalen Hurts dapping up Derek Barnett there. Oh, yes. Let's make sure we get Jack Driscoll dabbing up Jared Goff. Get the picture there. I'm 3rd string guard at the starting QB, showing his respect. Unreal. So the performance itself, good. Not great. 31-24. Looking at the QBs. Mr. Rager, Mr. Hurts, Mr. Smith. All these big guys have big plays. You know, that's a lot more what we're seeing Jalen Hurts in real life. 129 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. We had a $179, 3 touchdowns, Miles Sanders. I'm smelling another offensive player of the week performances. 52 yards, Kenny Gainwell, even though he did that fumble at the end. 71 yards for Jalen Hurts, who actually also had a fumble. I don't really remember that happening. Receiving, 3 catches, 46 yards for Quez, 31 yards and a touchdown for Gollard. But obviously the offense, you know, we had an advantage. That was in the run game. Had to utilize that to get the dub. Defensively, 2 TFLs and a sack for Hargrave, 2 TFLs, a sack from Wilson. Milto Williams with the TFL. Singleton had a TFL and a sack. We also had some sacks here for Mr. Fletcher Cox. The game-sealing sack for Derek Barnett, making sure nothing crazy happened. I still can't get over how badly Darius Slay got mossed on a play there, but no matter what way you cut it, it's another victory. We're stacking wins, and we're back up to 500. So we got the victory, 2 for 2. Got the Raiders, got the Lions. Not the greatest, you know. Not the best. No, I'm not going to be too braggadocious because, you know, week 9. We could find a way to beat Derwin James, Justin Herbert, and everything they got going on with the Chargers. That is going to be impressive. But we got our 2 wins. We got Miles Sanders playing like pretty much every Eagle fan wants Miles Sanders to be utilized like. I would be shocked if come next week, he does not get his 2nd straight offensive player of the week. Just home run hitter, man. Our offense was running through it. Jalen Hurts struggled. Obviously, we did tweak the sliders to make it so the pass coverage would be better. And it definitely was better. Things were just not as open. And God, Mailata could not block to save his life. But those are the ups and downs, the growing pains that do come with a roster that is in a rebuild. So as we end this episode, fellas, all I'm really looking for you guys, one, again, if you do like the video, I'm not going to press you in it, but if we do hit 1,000 likes, I will drop episode 3 tomorrow. But the bigger thing, the thing I want your feedback, is this trade. What are we doing with Andre Dillard? Are we keeping Andre Dillard for depth? Are we going to trade Andre Dillard for a linebacker? Are we going to trade Andre Dillard for a safety? Any of those players we saw? Okereke, make it work. We got Van Ginkel from the Dolphins. Find a way. Make it work. Anything I didn't suggest that you could come up with that might be better than any of those trade scenarios, let me know in the comment section below, and we will see what we can do with Dillard to strengthen our squad. But very happy with the results. More so, very happy with the positive feedback, guys. I really do appreciate all the love and support that we got on that first Eagles video. I was very nervous. I was very nervous and expecting to be disappointed, and I'm anything but. And for that, I truly do thank you guys. So hopefully, I don't know, who knows what we're gonna see tomorrow. But if you guys really want to see episode 3, I will see you back here for episode 3 of the Philadelphia Eagles Madden 22 franchise rebuild here tomorrow. If not, we got some stuff we can be doing. Thank you very much for watching. As always, first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you're enjoying the series, leave a comment about what you want to see with Andre Dillard, and I'll see you guys back here on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.